Okay, so let's review a little bit first. So it says solve for x, round your answer to the nearest hundredth place. All right. So in this case, remember, we are looking at this angle. Okay, so that makes this an opposite, and this is my hypotenuse. So what trig ratio am I going to use here to solve for x? Who could tell me? We have sine, cosine, and tangent. Okay, so just to recap, remember we have SOH, CA, TOA. So which one's it going to be? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Huh? Close. Sine. Very good. Okay, so in this case, we're going to have the sine of 56 degrees equals x over 12. In order to get x by itself, what do I have to do to both sides of this equation? Oh, actually, even better. Here, I forgot. You guys can solve it as a proportional relationship. Forgot about that. All right, so I'm going to cross multiply this, cross multiply this. So this leaves me with x equals 12 sine of 56 degrees. Now, someone tell me, what is x? 9.95. Very good. Oh, you're fine. It's at hundredths place. Try the second one on your own. All right, who has this one? Well, first off, what did we use? So we have this, and we have this. So what do we use here? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Connor, sine, cosine, or tangent? All right, so we use the tangent. Very good. Tangent of 72 degrees equals the opposite 15 over the adjacent x. When you cross multiply this, you are left with x times the tangent of 72 degrees equals 15. Now remember, we said the sine, cosine, and tangent with the degree measure is just a number, right? So I'm going to divide both sides by that number. So x is going to equal in the end, when we round to the hundredths place, what? Someone tell me. Okay. Vienna, what's it going to be? All you need to do is put this in your calculator. What'd you get? What do you have in your calculator? What'd you get? What'd you get? You don't have it. My goodness. Phone a friend. Who's got it? Pass it off. Point at someone. Okay. Call someone else. Layla C. What'd you get? Perfect. 4.87. Okay. So now let's talk about inverses. It says when we solve equations, we use inverses to undo operations. So match the operations that are inverses. So they're talking about the opposite. So what's the opposite of addition? Not all at once now. What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. Very good. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. And in this case, exponents, all that's left is go to the square roots, or the roots, okay? So, with trigonometric ratios, there are inverses as well. It says, how does sine have an inverse? Or does sine have an inverse? Yes. It is the inverse of sine is written as sine to the negative 1 power. Now they're also asking here, how would you write the inverse of cosine? In this case, it's going to be the cosine to the negative 1 power. Inverse of tangent is going to be the tangent to the negative 1 power. Now look at your calculators. Look for sine, cosine, and tangent. And look right above sine, cosine, tangent in your calculators. What do you guys see there? Fortunately, I can't bring up the calculator. It's not working on my computer. Let's see. Picture of TI-84. Let's see if I can. See if I can just. Here we go. I'll just use this picture. Come on. There we go. All right, if you guys look right here, just going to kind of make this as big as possible. Sine, cosine, tangent. You guys see that? If you look right above it, and it doesn't matter if you have an 84 or if you have one of these 30s. Right above it, you should see sine to the negative 1, cosine to the negative 1, and tangent to the negative 1. You will have to hit here the second button and the same thing on the 30 in order to get these three. Okay? So it's the second button. So you're going to hit the second button and then either the sine button, cosine button, or tangent button. Okay? So that's how you get it on your calculator. Now, what does this do? These inverses, they find the angles. So far, we've been finding a lot of sides. These inverses help us find the angles given sides, okay? So if we want to find the sine of x equals 0.5, and they're telling us it's equals 0.5, what we're going to do is we are going to take x is equal to the sine inverse of 0.5. What does that give us? How many degrees is that? Punch that in your calculator. Hit the second button, hit sine, and then type in 0.5. What do we get? Who said it? Yeah, it's 30 degrees. Very good. All right, let's take a look at this one. So this one is going to be x equals the inverse cosine of 0.5. Put that in your calculator. Yana, what do we get? 60 degrees. Nice job. And for this last one, we're going to have x equals the tangent inverse of 1 in this case. Evelyn, what is it? 45. Very good. Okay? So that's how you find the degree measure if you're given just that ratio simplified. Now let's take a look at it with triangles. It's the same thing, it's just you're identifying what you have. All right, so if we look at example 4, we have this angle measure. We have an opposite and we have an adjacent. What am I using here? Sine, cosine, or tangent? What is it? Let's see. Broden. No, it's not here. Layla G. What's it going to be? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Tangent. Okay, so we're going to set this up as the tangent of x equals 13 over 8. Now, in dealing with the ratio, you don't have to simplify this. You just state x equals the inverse tangent of 13 over 8. You would just put that in your calculator and make sure you close the parentheses. Someone tell me, how many degrees is that? Round to the 100th. That's what it's requesting. Let's see. She's not here. Sophia, what'd you get? Perfect. Okay, here's the next one. So we're looking at this. We have this, and we have our hypotenuse. So what am I using here? What'd you say? Sine. Very good. So we're going to have the sine of x equals 10 over 22. So this is going to be x equals the sine inverse. What'd you get? Rounded to the 100th, 27.04. Good job. Try 6 on your own. Whoever goes up and shows me and explains what you did will get an extra credit point on your next test. If I have to show it, there will be no more extra credit for this topic. Friday. I think the extra credit point would be worth about 3 or 4%. Who wants to show it? Go ahead. No, show how you did it. Show everything. Like what you used and all that. Nice job. Extra credit point on your test. Okay, so if you take a look here, you needed to use the cosine of x equals 6 over 14. So x is equal to the cosine inverse of 6 over 14, which leaves you with about 64.62. And that is it. Your homework's on Delta Math. You guys can get going on it. Those of you watching at home, have a great day.